Hey Aubrey, how's it going today?
I am great, Lindsay. How are you?
Oh my gosh, busy, a crazy week over here on my end.
Oh, tell me about it. I have got a to-do list a mile long.
Oh, we both have a busy week. Yes. And
Yeah.
we can really understand each other, right? In that sense. Yeah.
Oh man, this is such a great way. This is what we're talking about today, this expression, tell me about it, which is such a great way to express solidarity, but in a
Yep.
really fun, natural way.
And also to kind of vent a little bit yourself, right? Because if you're
Totally.
also you need a way to vent that out. You're also stressed or busy and you need to say that too. So build the connection, express solidarity. But before we get into this amazing phrase, let's ask our listeners to go ahead and hit that follow button. Aubrey, why should they hit follow on All Ears English?
Yes, we have 5 episodes every week, guys. So if you're not following the podcast, you might be missing some of these. I know that's how I am with my podcasts. I
Yeah.
just kind of like I'll catch a couple, but honestly, most of the podcasts I listen to, 1 episode a week. So if I had one that was 5 episodes a week, I would definitely hit follow so that I didn't miss any.
Especially if you believe in our philosophy, which is connection, not perfection. Connection, human connection to us, is the most important thing when it comes to learning a language. That is why we're learning English. Ultimately, it is the reason. And that's how we angle every episode over here, guys. So hit that follow button. All right.
Exactly. Speaking of connection, I can't wait for this episode. We got a great question on YouTube from Omid Zakari. Would you like to read this
Yes.
question for us, Lindsay?
Yes, let's do it. Here we go. So Omid says, Hi, Aubrey, Lindsay, and Michelle. First of all, thanks so much for your amazing podcast. I've been listening to your podcast for 9 years. Oh my gosh,
That's
Aubrey, a
amazing.
9-year listener. That is
So
so
awesome.
great. So good. I have a question for you. I read in a textbook the phrase, tell me about it, that it means I agree. To be honest, I'm a bit confused. Would it be possible for you to make a video and explain this phrase for me? Thank you in advance, Omid from Iran.
Such
Nice.
a good question. I love this when we get a question about one specific phrase. And there's a
Mhm.
reason Omid might be a little confused because we do use this 2 very different ways and they
Yes.
have very different pronunciations as well. So I'm excited to
Yes.
dive into this.
And we don't want to mix them up because you could end up in a
Right.
conversation you're not trying to be in, right? If you
Right. Exactly. It could be really confusing.
Yes, for sure. So, which way are we going to talk about first, Aubrey,
Yeah.
for our
First, we're
listeners?
going to talk about the way Omid referred to where it means I agree. And this is a great connection skill. Instead of saying just I agree, right? This is
Mhm.
a more interesting, more enthusiastic. I often say same. You've for sure heard this in
Same.
role plays. I'm like, same. But this
Yeah.
is another fun way to do this.
Yeah. Saying same is a little more trendy right now, I think, but I think tell me about it is a classic over the years, over the decades. I know people were saying this back in the 90s. I was saying it a lot, but people still
Yes.
say it today, right?
Absolutely. And to just be really clear up the top, there are 2 different ways that we say this. And one is when something's negative or hard, right? Like at the
Mhm.
top of the episode, you said, I'm super busy. You're busy. I'm like, tell me about it. So that's the first one
Yes.
here. And the second one is when we're agreeing about something positive, our intonation is different.
Mhm, mhm, love it. So it's kind of generally still agreeing, right? Still agreeing with
Yeah,
someone,
both
if
agreeing,
yeah,
absolutely, but it's interesting how when it's something negative, we emphasize tell a lot more. "Tell me
mm,
about it," right? You can hear
oh,
in my intonation that I'm upset about something or something's hard or frustrating.
interesting. So today's episode is all about identifying, right? This use of tell me about it, all about identifying. So let's do a role play, Aubrey, real
Yeah,
quick.
so this is usually as
Okay.
a response, so you're gonna hear some
Mhm.
role plays.
Yeah.
You and I are in a doctor's office in the waiting room in this role play.
All
I'll
right,
start us
here we go.
out.
Yes.
"I've been here for hours. This is so frustrating."
Tell me about it. I don't know what's going on, but I've been waiting forever too. Right?
Yeah,
So,
so this is you can hear in your intonation, you're also upset, and
yep,
this is such a great connection skill if someone is upset to the point they're expressing it to you, a stranger, it's probably going
100%.
to diffuse the situation and really help for you to also be like, I agree. I'm right there
Yeah.
with you."
Right, because imagine what is the flip side? What if you don't say anything? You just go back to your magazine, you just listen to them, maybe turn your head, then go back to your magazine. You
Right?
don't
Ignore
you
them
need to
or
s
just be
yeah.
like, "I don't mind waiting."
Yeah, it's that would be so weird. So weird, especially for a stranger to hear that coming from someone.
Exactly, right?
Yeah.
I'm always if someone's ever venting like this, I'm much more likely to be like, "Ah, tell me about it. I know,
Yeah.
right? So frustrating."
Yeah. Okay. So here's another role play. Here we're waiting in the return line at Costco. Michelle and I
Yeah,
just
and
talked
this is
about Costco. Yeah.
oh, nice. Oh, I love Costco, but this one's positive, so notice the difference in the intonation of the phrase.
Okay. All right. I love Costco's return policy.
"Tell me about it. It's so nice to not have to keep track of receipts."
Yeah. So it's a little more positive.
Yes.
How's it
It's
different,
less
Aubrey?
common for sure, don't you think? I mostly
Mm-hmm.
use "tell me about it" to
Mm-hmm.
express frustration, to agree about something negative. You can hear it positive like this, and it's definitely different intonation, but I
Mm-hmm.
definitely use it more, and I feel like I hear it more for negative things. What about you?
Yeah, I would say so too. I would say, yeah, it's really it's commiserating, as they say,
Right?
right?
Tell
It's
me about it.
commiserating. Yeah. It's usually not about positive things in general. Okay, so I feel like that covers, the commiserating idea. Now, where do we go from here, Aubrey?
Yes, we have a second totally different meaning, which is more literal, where you're actually saying, "Tell me more about it," when you say, "Tell me
Mhm.
about it," right? So you do
Yes.
need to keep in mind that you could hear this phrase and it might mean, "I agree," and it might mean, "Tell me more."
I love it. I love it. So for example, what can we say? I heard you're doing a fundraiser. Tell me about it. Right? Tell me about it.
Exactly.
Just give me
Mhm,
some
or
information. Mhm.
exactly, yeah, or Mark told me you got a new job. Tell me about it.
So this is very different. It's like saying you're open, you've heard something is going on and you're opening up a conversation. You're saying, I'm ready to listen. I'm interested. Right?
Right, right. So tricky that the exact same words have such a different meaning. You can
Mm,
really hear the difference in the intonation when someone's like, "Tell me about it." This
yeah,
is just, yeah, like it's a little more flat, kind of just like, "Tell me about it."
totally. So here's a role play. You ready?
Yeah, I'll start us.
Okay.
Anything new with you?
Well, I found a new gym that I really love.
Oh, cool. Tell me about it.
It's just around the corner from my house and they offer a ton of classes. Well, that's good.
Nice.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
so you can
here.
see there's a
Mhm.
flatter intonation, right? You're not having to emphasize any words because you're just all you mean is, "Oh, tell me more about that."
Exactly. I love that. Okay, Aubrey, should we have another role play now to bring everything together into one
Yes.
scenario? Yeah.
Yeah, this role play has both of these uses, right? So listen
Mhm.
for the different intonation. You can tell from context what is meant, but especially from intonation.
Yes, I love it. Here we go. So weird, yeah, New Year's resolutions. Okay, good
Yeah.
topic. All right. Making any New Year's resolutions this year, Aubrey?
Yeah, I'm trying out a new diet.
Oh, cool. Tell me about it.
Well, it's intermittent fasting combined with just a balanced diet.
Nice. I should try that. I just have a hard time staying consistent with anything.
Tell me about it. I'm hoping this one will stick.
Nice. So
Very different intonation.
very, very different. I hope your listeners got that. Super different, saying completely different things here. Which is I'm glad we're covering this topic. It's perfect for the show.
Yes.
Love it. Yeah.
I agree. So
Okay,
the
so the
first one we used, I had just said I'm trying a new diet, and so you said, "Oh, cool. Tell me about it." This just means I want to hear more, right? Give me some
I'm open.
details.
I'm open. I'm ready to listen. I'm interested. I'm curious. All really good signs for connection, right?
Absolutely. What a great phrase because there are a lot of ways you can say it, but this is another option.
Yeah, perfect. And then I said, nice, I should try that. I just have a hard time staying consistent with anything. And then you identified with me and you said, tell me about it. And that is that kind of a bit of commiserating, a bit of shared pain, kind of, right?
Exactly, right? You can say, "Oh, I agree," or "Same," but this gives
Yeah.
you a fun, friendly I like this one the most, really, it's not quite as common, but I feel like it is the most commiserating, like you said, like, really showing that you understand and feel what they're going
Yes.
through.
Yeah. No, it's a good one. It's a good one. This is good. So, what's our takeaway for today for our listeners, Aubrey?
Yeah, as you've heard from us before, sometimes intonation is really key for phrases like this. So tell me about it can mean two very different things depending on your intonation, but also what a
Hmm.
great connection skill to share with someone that you have this in common, especially when it's something that you're venting about.
I think both are good connection skills, showing you're curious, interested, and open and ready to listen. No, right? The first one we talked
For
about. And
sure.
then commiserating. Also, I'm not sure which is stronger, right? Sometimes it can be very strong to commiserate with people. We've done episodes about that, to share, talk about how you share their pain in a certain way. It can be a strong connection skill, actually.
Yes, absolutely. But you're right that the other one is so valuable too. We often have students asking us, how can I keep the conversation going? This is one way, right? If someone tells you something new, some kind of detail, oh, tell me about it. Tell me more. Like, be genuinely interested, ask for more details. That will keep the conversation going.
Exactly. That's kind of a best kept secret of the great
Yeah.
conversationalists. Get the other people to continue talking. Get the other person to keep talking, keep asking them questions. I love it. So good. All right, Aubrey, we are done for today, but I'll see you in the next episode. All right.
Awesome. See you next
All
time.
right. Take care. Bye.
Bye.